Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Breaking news from Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. No tariffs on all new Kias. Put your tax refund to work today. That's right. While others talk tariffs, Greenway Kia gives you unbeatable deals. Tariff-free. Turn your tax refund into your dream ride now. Like a 2024 Kia Telluride starting at just $38,998. That's thousands less than the competition. Plus 0% financing available on select models and tariff-free pre-owned vehicles ready to roll. Got a trade? Push it, pull it, drag it. Any make, any miles, any condition. We'll take it. Got a job making $350 a week? Our lenders want to approve you. Put your tax refund to good use. Drive away tariff-free today at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800 new Kias or visit GreenwayKiaWestPalmBeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval terms, plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Negative equity refinanced. Offers don't combine.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
It's a tradition unlike any other. Golfers from around the world are in Augusta. Augusta Championship Week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Hard Rock Bet, Pain Care Florida, and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I see the Cleveland Browns thinking about it. You pull the trigger on a quarterback, you're going to be a little bit out of luck. Hit the open, Damien.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's your boy Theo Dorsey, man, and I am in paradise. I mean, when you live in South Florida and you wake up and you kind of you see the sun shining and the vibes around you are smooth and cool. It always feels like paradise. But today, definitely unmatched based on the ambiance and the surrounding that we have right here. We are not in the studios. We are not back in West Palm Beach. Instead, we are vibing with you all on location, on remote. So not on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, but right next to me, once again, is Christian Cat, C-Cat in the house, and he's too consumed watching the Masters to even care about the fact we got a show going on right now.
Yeah, I'm getting texts from friends, from family saying you should use your paid time off for one of these 2 days. And I said, I just love ESPN 106.3 too much to leave you guys hanging. So I'm here, attention split 80-20.
Yeah.
80% work, 20% masters. I think that's a fair compromise.
I think it's closer to like 60-40, and I think the only reason why you actually did join me on this voyage down south, because we are at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood. We are here for this is huge. The Orange Bowl food and wine celebration. They do this thing annually, more than 40 restaurants, celebrity chefs, and we have some celebrity we'll call them judges. We'll call them judges, but I don't like to think of myself as such. More so a curator of food.
Yeah, Theo, you are very judgmental, so you're perfect for this job.
Man, come on, don't do me like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Good guy.
Whenever someone walks into the room, Theo tells me, not them, tells me one or two things that they could be doing better.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If they were already doing those things better, guess what? I wouldn't have anything to say. And I probably won't have much to say because of the great restaurants we'll have out here. So, again, we are on remote doing our show down here in Hollywood. All-you-can-eat food tastings from more than 40 of South Florida's top restaurants. We got stuff all the way from Wynwood. We got Broward represented. We got Palm Beach County, Boca Raton represented, as well as West Palm. And you know who else is going to be here?
Who?
Duffy's Sports Grill.
Ooh.
It's going to be in the mix.
What do you think they're serving?
The tuna.
I
told them that you was pulling up, C-Cat, and they said they'll break out the tuna specifically for you. But also, I was told they bring the tuna.
Okay,
nice here. So this is serendipitous. But I will say before we get things going, I'm going to be talking a lot of NFL drafts here. The thing today is, what is your number one NFL draft theory? And I have one that sticks. It pertains to every draft, and maybe not a draft more particular to this theory than this year's, as we have some great talent up top and there's some consideration around the quarterbacks. I do want to say, though, because I'm just seeing this, I just want to send some love to those out in Boca Raton. I did see that awful plane crash. I saw the reporting around that's happening. Apparently, plane crash out in Boca. WPTV reporting that one person in a car injured. It says 3 people on a small plane were actually killed in an aircraft that crashed and landed down there in Boca Raton about an hour ago. So still actively learning more details about that, but stay safe. Use that also to advise yourself on driving. If you know you're going to have to be passing through, check and see what that does to the traffic. And, love and prayers to those affected by that. C-Cat, this is not I keep seeing these dang plane crashes happen left and right, and this one kind of just hits closer to home because I saw some of those videos. It was a little startling to see that.
It hits closer to home because, well, it is closer to home.
Literally.
It quite literally is, yes. You probably should adjust your plans if you're trying to go either through Boca, northbound, or southbound. It's probably an area to avoid today.
100%. And I know we have that trip on the way back up. I think the main reason why, C-Cat, you did choose to come out here is you wanted to see that billboard on 95 on the way back home, the billboard we have right around exit 64.
Yeah.
Is that really what pulled you down south to be able to do this show? The Masters would have glued you to your couch, but you can't see that billboard from the couch.
We've got 2 billboards now, if you didn't know.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
There's one in Lake Worth on exit 64 heading northbound on the left side of I-95.
Okay.
There's also one between, I forgot the exit. It's one of the exits that has a road number attached to it.
Yeah.
It's like 10th Street, 45th Street, one of those, but it's between Delray Beach and Boca Raton.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So maybe another day you should drive up I-95 and look at both of those billboards.
Okay, well, yeah, catch both of them. If you catch both at the same time, do you remember that one game? There was the Golden Arches back in the day used to have the Monopoly game where you buy the mills and then you peel back the sticker, and if you have both of them, then you earn a reward. For a theoretically speaking fan, for the good people out there, if you have a picture of both of them, and again, get the passenger in your car to take the picture. Drivers, keep your phones in your phone holders or on your mount or whatever. If your passenger in your car is able to get a picture of both and you're able to submit both of them and you have proof you took both from your car, I think they deserve a prize.
Yeah, they certainly deserve a prize that will be announced later.
Yeah, because I'm not allowed to just make the contest without, talking to our contest people.
Yeah, we would really appreciate it. It was exciting when I was driving northbound from the airport after dropping off someone in Fort Lauderdale. I was like, ooh, I'm going to catch him. And I realized I had no one in my passenger seat. Yeah. So people just got to take my word for it that I caught both of the theoretically speaking billboards.
Yeah. Because
you can get an ESPN West Palm and ESPN 106.3 FM billboard.
Right.
But it's not a guarantee that it's going to be theoretically speaking. It could say, listen 4 to 6.
I
and
know.
Then you see those two clowns.
Come on. Now, if you send in a picture and it has Russo and Rizzo 4-6 instead of theoretically speaking, that's actually minus a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're
we're going to
number.
take a point away. Yeah, and if you send that in, we will delete and block you. It needs to be theoretically speaking 2-4. Now again, much love to their show. Listen to it, but don't send me a picture of that billboard. We're only worried about our one.
Yeah, we're very egocentric.
We're vain. Another person who is he's getting a little flack in this NFL draft, if you will, for his bravado, for his confidence, for his self-belief. And he gets a lot of that from his pops. That's Shedeur Sanders, Colorado quarterback, who has been in the spotlight and the center of attention since he stepped foot on a college football playing field back with Jackson State. Now he is the fastest dropping quarterback in all of the mocks, like literally left and right. Remember when we first started this thing, it was, man, is this Cam Ward or is this a Shedeur Sanders draft? Like, who's going to be the number one pick?
They're working out together,
Yes.
talking trash back and forth. Who had more bragging rights? Yeah, it looked like a two-man quarterback draft.
And here's what I'll say, man. It's funny to me that very early on, even in those workout sessions between Shedeur and Cam Ward, who are obviously tight, and even very early on throughout the season, there seemed to be a concession. As much as Shedeur Sanders thinks about his own talents and abilities, you can tell he has a little reverence for Cam Ward. He defers to him in certain instances. He kind of is admitting, even with body language and the tone in which he speaks of him, that that's the better quarterback. Think about it. If Shedeur thought he had a shot in hell at going number one to the Titans at any place around this whole saga, we would have heard more about him talking about that. Instead, we hear a lot about the Browns and the Giants.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You are automatically the beta in that situation if you haven't worked out with the Titans.
Kind of crazy to me, though.
I don't think he's worked out with the Titans
I
yet.
do not believe that he has worked out with the Titans. I don't believe there's any consideration or reporting around that, and I don't think that he's even offended by it. He almost concedes that Cam Ward is the better prospect.
Which is a sign of maturity. I appreciate that.
I do appreciate that, and that also is a sign that maybe some things can change about the way people feel about Shedeur Sanders. That shows some self-awareness. Nobody in their right mind is saying they want him over Cam Ward. Here's the question I have, though. How big is the gap? How big is the gap between what Cam Ward could be in the NFL and what teams picking after the Titans feel Shedeur Sanders can be? And that's exactly why I'm going to enlist the very first time my number one draft theory.
Ooh.
This is not particular just to the NFL draft, by the way. You can do this in the NBA as well.
Really?
Major League Baseball, it's a little different. NHL,
I would love your
it's a little
opinion on
different.
that, actually.
Yeah. No. I'm saving it. I'm workshopping
Okay,
it.
that's true. That's behind the paywall that we're going to invent soon.
Right, yeah. I got to talk to my guy Buster. I got to hit up some of my MLB insiders. My guy Julian McWilliams. I got to see what he's got going. But no. This for the NBA and the NFL draft. My number one draft theory is teams that draft in need stay in need. It is a self-fulfilling, perpetual process. If every time you walk up, or Roger Dale on your behalf, walks up to the podium, opens up that card, and the player on that card is not the best talent that you guys believe is available, but the guy that you feel like you have the strongest need for, especially when you're drafting in the top 10 of the NFL draft, every single year, you're going to continue to have those same issues. Why do I say this? Well, let's think about some of the successful teams that we've seen here today. Last year, the Eagles selected multiple defensive backs in the NFL draft with some pretty lofty draft picks. Cooper DeJean, I know he slipped a little bit in some people's minds, but still, the second-round pick is a hefty level of investment into a position where the Eagles were already strong. Look at what he was able to do for them in their Super Bowl run. And then look at what he and the other kid they drafted in that past draft was able to do now filling in and letting the Eagles now move on from a guy like Darius Slay or feel like CJ 2J or whatever the hell his nickname is can walk. You have fortified positions that are strong, and you also took the guys with the highest ceiling, not the guy that feels the biggest need.
I think it's an iron sharpens iron situation where, just for example, for one position group, you add a great receiver prospect to a great wide receiver room, and it's going to make that great prospect actually reach his potential and reach that spot like we're seeing with the Eagles on their defensive side of the football. Whereas, I guess outside of the quarterback position, you can't just draft a receiver and then you're saved. And it's like, okay, now we actually filled the need that we need because we had just a L.A. Chargers-style wide receiver room.
No, No, you go and get the best player and you make him work, especially in a position like defensive back, especially when you're a team that has enough of the gaps filled. But I think it's really the flip side of that, because I could talk about how the contenders are able to do that, and it's a lot easier for people to consume because they're like, well, yeah, the Eagles have so many strengths that if they strengthen an already sharp strength, they're going to be fine. They're not going to lack as much in those, minute holes. How about we go to the flip side of things? Because when a team that's picking in the top 5, top 10, pressures itself into feeling like no matter what, we have to walk away with this draft, with this pick, with this specific spot, we got to get this position filled. Oftentimes, teams end up biting themselves in the tail. I think the Browns clearly need a new addition to that quarterback room if they want to start competing. I also believe that they are telling us that by going out and getting Joe Flacco a contract, right? Like, this news just broke. I missed that headline.
Yeah, he's back with the Brownies.
I'm sitting here next to C-Cat. I'm like, why the hell is Joe Flacco in a Browns uniform on our thumbnail right here? This is theoretically speaking. This is a Friday. I understand that. I know we're out here at the Food and Wine celebration, and maybe we're getting a little lackadaisical, but what the hell is this blast for the past? They went and got Flacco.
They sure did.
So if you're the Browns,
I'm going to double check that. Now that you say that, the fact that you didn't hear about it
scares
me.
It's not your fault. No. I've had a busy morning. I've been prepping for this. My mind is on judging these foods. Now, again, tonight, the reason why we're here at the Hard Rock in Hollywood is, and again, tickets are available. Go to orangebowl.com. Go to orangebowl.com right now. Look it up. The tickets are available. Orangebowlactually.org, and go to the Food and Wine Festival. This thing is going to start at 6 o'clock. It's going to go all the way through 10:30 tonight. We got celebrity chefs. We got more than 40 different restaurants pulling up, showing off some of their delectables. And again, you buy the general admission ticket, all-inclusive food and drinks.
Really?
You get to tap in. Now, I get that already because I'm a judge. This is work for me
Yeah,
tonight.
I was going to say, this is a work night.
This is real hardcore work. Like, just like there's scouts that have to go to the combine and the pro days, or if you're Colorado, what is it called, a showcase?
Yes.
Your showcases, pro days, you got to go to the football games and stuff. Hard work. Tonight for me, I'll be judging these restaurants based on flavor, based on presentation, and based on creativity. Now, you can argue it's kind of what an NFL scout and a GM is doing when they're trying to select players in the draft. Flavor, presentation, and creativity.
How much do you think is actual flavor?
Flavor is the production. If you're talking NFL, if you're talking about what I need to do tonight as a judge for these chefs and foods, if you're talking NFL comp to what I'm doing, flavor is the production. Presentation would be the style, right? Like, how good does it look when he does what he does, right? Like, people love watching Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. People don't necessarily get as thrilled to watch Brock Purdy or Jared Goff as much. Some years, similar production. I think the presentation matters as well. Who's an electric? Justin Herbert. People fawn over Justin Herbert as a quarterback. He has all the presentation in the world.
He's got the dollop of the aioli on the corner of the plate.
It just looks good. Something about it. The presentation style is just like how Justin Herbert is like a Twitter and a TikTok quarterback where all the highlights and the big flashy plays are being shown off. Presentation, to me, is like the restaurants that you'll go to. In South Florida, got a lot of these. Hopefully none of them that's coming here tonight to the Food and Wine celebration, but you'll go there. They'll bring out this beautiful plate, and everything is lined up great. The accoutrement. That's like, as you like
the julienne, the carrots, of course.
Yeah, it's pristine. And then you stick the fork in it, and you're like, all right, let me get a little. Lacking the flavor. It's lacking the production. It looks great, so I can still score you a 10 on the presentation, but if the flavor's not there, if I'm not feeling the different, my palates aren't tingling, I can't really rock with it. So, again, if you're talking about NFL talent and we're going to take what I'm doing as a judge for the food tonight and you comp that to what the scouts are doing, the production is the flavor. That's what matters most with food, and production is what matters most in the NFL. Cam Ward's got that, right? Most passing touchdowns all time in college football, and he took a Miami program that was laboring and had them on the brink, at least, of the ACC title game. The flavor is there. The presentation, I mean, big arm, evading sacks, plays the quarterback position. Mario Cristobal told me this at ACC kickoff last summer. Plays the quarterback position like a damn linebacker, C-Cat. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what it means, but it sounds exciting.
It is kind of looking to inflict damage. That's what it sounds like.
And Cam has that along with the poise, right? So he has the flavor, he has the presentation, and the creativity. There was no quarterback more creative with the arm angles, with the ability to improvise, not just behind the line of scrimmage, but some of his scrambles that were so electric that sometimes it looked like he was just walking out of bounds mid-play, casually. The dude's got all three, a combination of it all, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to save this for later in the show, what my comp for Cam Ward is, because I do believe the Titans are getting a guy that has a top 10 ceiling in this NFL draft, and a guy that in the AFC, you want a guy with that level of ceiling and not a Shedeur Sanders who solid, but I can't see him competing with those Megatron-type quarterbacks you got out there. I'll give you my comp later. I don't want to get Lou Riddick on y'all and say Patrick Mahomes. But, again, that's what the scouts are looking for. Do you have all three? And I don't think Shedeur brings that, and that's why I go back to my original point here. My number one draft theory is you draft the best available, because teams that draft for need, they stay in need. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you're going to be there every single year picking another quarterback or picking another left tackle that you don't think is the right fit for your system, don't think is the best available player, but he's the best available left tackle. If the Browns draft Shedeur Sanders at 2, they're likely going to be screwed. I don't like his ceiling in the AFC North specifically, but then also in the AFC in general. And think about this, C-Cat. In the best of worlds, if everything came together for Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland, things are clicking, he's great with Stefanski, he finds a rhythm with his receivers, Jerry Jeudy and whatnot. Like, if things are going well, how high in the AFC quarterback hierarchy do you think Shedeur Sanders can reach?
Probably 6.
6. That's kind of high. I mean, think about who you're putting ahead of.
Yeah, in the AFC quarterback hierarchy. Who can be surpassed if Shedeur Sanders reaches his potential?
Best case scenario.
He can't beat Allen. He can't beat Mahomes. He can't beat Lamar. We all know that. Yeah. It's almost not even worth the breath. So
and those dudes are going to be good for the next 6, 7, 8 years at least. They're mainstays.
Shedeur Sanders kind of old, though, isn't he? Because he's had a bunch of stops, so he isn't coming in like the Sam Darnold route where he's such a fresh, young face.
Or J.J. McCarthy, right?
Right. Other AFC quarterbacks that he cannot surpass.
C.J. Stroud has already won 2 playoff games. He has a bigger arm than Shedeur Sanders. He thinks the game, it seems like, at least well, and at least there's the proof of concept in Houston that the dude can play ball.
I think we're going to slow down a little bit on C.J. Stroud.
How so?
By using those 2 qualifications or those 2 wins in the playoffs qualifications, easy division, gives you a home playoff game, and it gives you a little bit of a leg up in those home playoff games. Great, fantastic. He beat Joe Flacco, who we have in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And who did he beat last year? He beat
oh, my God. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That was good. We're good, people. Sorry about that. This is
that wasn't actually our tech malfunction.
That was not on our end. That was our good friends with the Orangeville who just wanted to make sure we were awake. So we are awake. We will still continue to continue. Lord, y'all can't be doing that today now.
This is why you got to watch the YouTube stream, because that horrific noise, you could see our reaction. I ducked, actually. I took the headset off, and I ducked for cover.
I am not doing this. You know what that was?
What was that?
You do not talk poorly on Shedeur Sanders in this NFL draft.
No.
Dion, they got the white vans outside, and I am not going to play with you today, sir. No, sirree, I won't. Not after what we just saw happen. This is what we're going to do.
I forgot my point.
Yeah, I know. That was the intent. That was Dion, bro. That might have been prime.
Oh, no, I was talking about C.J. Stroud.
Okay, yeah, no, that's even worse. Yeah, what's your point on C.J. Stroud?
Who did he beat in last year's playoffs? Did he beat the Chargers?
Yeah, opening round against the Chargers.
Okay. That doesn't impress me that much.
Okay.
Year 1 of Harbaugh, and we've seen Herbert fail in the playoffs. Okay.
Well, but has what C.J. Stroud has been able to do, the throws with anticipation, as well as going into a Houston team, and you're saying, you're criticizing him for the playoff opponents he was able to beat in round 1, and you're not giving him the credit for the fact that when he was drafted number 2 overall to the Texans with a new head coach. I'm just saying. No.
But we're not talking about, good draft picks and how that turned out for the Texans. Great job. I'm talking about ranking quarterbacks.
I'm just saying they outperformed their expectations the past 2 years. Maybe not last year, but last year was also more injury-induced. He didn't have 2 of his top 3 receivers.
Yeah, sure. I think we've seen a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC in particular, in the NFL in general, okay with receiver problems.
Who?
Well, we've seen Patrick Mahomes do it. We've seen Josh Allen do it.
We've seen Lamar Jackson do it.
Yes.
And that's it. And each of them had a clear ceiling when their receivers were not available. It did. This is just what happened.
Fair enough.
I'm not even
Fair enough.
Mahomes didn't have his number one receiver last year. He got to the Super Bowl, and things weren't really clicking with the other guys. Now, there were other issues. There was offensive line play, but sure. Lamar Jackson went into a playoff game without his number one receiver, and he lost to the Buffalo Bills. And how did he lose? Well, one of the obviously a perennial Pro Bowler and whatnot, but Mark Andrews dropped the damn ball, hit him right in the hands. I'm just saying.
Well, also, we're talking about, if we're going to talk about last year, Justin Herbert and his star-studded wide receiver core.
He didn't have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I didn't.
Nobody was calling C.J. Stroud's receiver core star-studded when he stepped into the league, and he's won 2 playoff games in 2 years.
I guess chicken, egg. I would like to see what some of the receivers look like without C.J. Stroud, and unfortunately we don't have that proof in front of us right now.
Yes, we do. Nico Collins played with the Texans the year before C.J. Stroud, and he put up mediocre numbers.
He was kind of productive. Not counterproductive. He was kind of productive.
What is your number one NFL draft theory? And I know you cannot hear me anymore because it is extremely loud. So this is what we'll do. This is getting insane. We're going to go to break here. I want to know what your number one NFL draft theory is. And just tell us on the Baptist Health Hotline. Tell us in the break. We'll bring you in on the other side so maybe they can finish this sound check, which is absolutely murdering our radio show here. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776 is day 2 of the Masters. It is day 1 of the Food and Wine celebration here at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. So pull up on us. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Your number one draft theory in the NFL, mine is teams that draft for need, they stay in need. You need to pick the best available quarterback or you'll be right back there next year with the same issues. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776, your number one NFL draft theory. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care is a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Can we get a Masters leaderboard update? CCAT.
No, I can't give you a Masters leaderboard update. But what I can do is give you a leaderboard update. It's brought to you by Pain Care Florida. At Pain Care Florida, their specialists use state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting. Start living today. This leaderboard update is also brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Kaiser University, and PGA Golf Club. Thank you for your compliments on my white hat with green letters.
That's nice, and a little yellow mark on there.
Still atop the field in this tournament in Augusta, fighting for that green jacket, is Justin Rose. He's at 8 under. He's in the clubhouse, cooled off, bogeyed 18 before he went into the clubhouse yesterday, and shot a 1 under today. Maintaining the lead right now. Alone in second, just 1 stroke off the lead, is Bryson DeChambeau. Through 14 holes, he is 4 under on the day, 7 under on this luxurious tournament. There is a massive 7-way tie for third, all at that 5 under number, 3 shots off the lead. So it goes Rose at 8 under, DeChambeau at 6 under. And now Victor Hovland with a birdie, as I'm talking about this, is in solo third at 6 under. And now you have the 6-way tie, tied for fourth at 5 under. A star-studded group. How about Rory McIlroy? Just a disastrous 3-hole stretch yesterday with a double bogey, a par, a double bogey, dropping from 4 under to even. Well, he has bounced back today. Dominating Heyman Corner. Birdie on 11, par on 12, a eagle on 13. Rory McIlroy, he's in contention. He's tied for fourth at 5 under, 3 shots off the lead through 14 holes. And that was your leaderboard update on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, Matsuyama, what you doing down there, buddy?
Hideki Matsuyama, as you are alluding to, is tied for 10th at 4 under. He's just 4 shots off the lead.
Sanjay M, come on, dude. You ain't doing nothing?
Scotty Scheffler is in that tied for 4th group at 5 under as well. Ludwig Oberg at 4 under. We've got a really loaded leaderboard. The smallest name you kind of have is Denny McCarty. or Matt McCarty, excuse me, tied for 5th, but
so
Shane Lowry up there. Yeah. I know.
That dude, that's a no-name. That's
Scotty 3 off the lead.
Yeah, Scotty's right there. That'd be good. I don't think any of those preliminary Hard Rock bet inquiries I put in are looking too good right now. But there's a lot of time left.
Anything on Rory?
Rory, yeah, I do. I have a little love on Rory.
He just birdied 15, so now he is just 2 shots off the lead, 6 under on the day. Watch out. Rory McIlroy having the best round of the day. No one has been better than 6 under on the second round of this Augusta Golf Tournament.
It sounds like the audio bite that they use in the documentary 10 years from now, right before they show us the massive blow up later.
Well, he's got plenty of room for it. It was this time in his round yesterday that the wheels just fell off on a par 5. Was behind the pin, drove it past the pin on his approach shot. He chipped into the water, and that was the beginning of the end for Rory McIlroy's Thursday round at the Masters.
See, Kat, the blow-ups by Rory, embarrassing. Nothing more embarrassing than what you told me right before we went live here on the show. You are in an email argument, like a back and forth, like a to whom this may concern style beef with a certain establishment that I do feel you are above right now. We're going to address that on the other side. In fact, that establishment, which does serve food, they have a big name. They would never make their way into this food and wine celebration. They wouldn't make the cut here.
No, not if I have anything to do with it.
Yeah,
right, I put a hand on the chest and say, get back where you came from.
Yeah, definitely not. So
you got your establishment across the street. You can go somewhere else.
We're going to discuss that on the other side and potentially ruin a future partnership that will never happen, but you don't want it anymore because they screwed you. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're live from the Hard Rock in Hollywood. The Food and Wine Celebration presented by the Orange Bowl in Florida Blue. We're right here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Heat, now the new home of Inter Miami. Catch all the games and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sportsbook. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, this is Evan Cohen. Listen to Unsportsmanlike weekdays, 6 a.m. here on ESPN 106.3.
Theo Dorsey, who does Theoretically Speaking down at West Palm, weighed in on the bacon, egg, and cheese debate, and he said y'all don't know what y'all missing when it comes to jelly on the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Introducing the bold, the powerful, the all-new 2025 Range Rover Sport P360 SE. A luxury SUV that commands attention with its refined design, dynamic performance, and cutting-edge technology. Lease the 2025 Range Rover Sport for just $12.99 per month for 36 months. Drive in style, power, and comfort, all for just $12.99 a month. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and take the new Range Rover Sport for a spin. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
As market dynamics change, the quality of service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver where others can't. Visit anchin.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I got a question for you. Not you, C-Cat. Not you, because I know you good.
Okay.
Got a question for the good people out there.
Yes, you, Joe, and Kenneth, and Kyle, and even Patricia.
Are those your go-to, what's your go-to fake name? If somebody called you and you know it's some kind of spam call or you don't want to say your own name, what's your go-to? Or maybe at a fast food restaurant?
I always go Cheryl is the women name. Yeah, the woman name. I go Joe often because just Joe in general.
Huh.
Yeah, that's my fake name.
All right. Joe, is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? Because if the answer is no, EDS is yes.
Oh.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a resolution there. And whoever you are, whether you're Joe or Patricia, or maybe you're like LeBron or something. I don't know. You might have any name.
Heck, even Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Is there a room in your home that's always too hot, or maybe it's freezing cold, or you're running out of hot water when you need it most? If the answer is no to, is your air or water flowing perfectly in your own home? EDS is yes. EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing, they've been servicing Palm Beach County since 2006. I'm a Gold Plan member. I'm locked in. The day I needed them, the day I realized I needed them was when I was in an emergency. And I'm not talking about the kind of emergency you saw me and C-Cat in when we heard that thunderous boom 20 minutes ago here. I'm talking about the kind of emergency where your thermostat is ticking up and up. It's a slow build. But here in South Florida, as the temperature keeps on rising, the odds of your air conditioning unit overworking itself and then breaking on you, and then you are in despair, it keeps on heightening. Lock in with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. They will get you situated. They are the experts, right? Plus, they got flexible financing options so your budget won't stand in between you and the comfort you deserve. Call today or visit EDSisyes.com, because when comfort matters, EDS is yes. See, Cat? When being frugal, if it was like a sport,
no, I don't like how we're starting this.
You would no. We have to, because the fact that you're in this beef, to me, is probably defined by your frugality. Now, I'm not sure yet. I haven't gotten all the details, but when you sat in here just about 30, 40 minutes ago, and we were about to talk about doing the show, you were like vigorously typing out an email.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking okay, I mean, I get it. We're on a remote right now. Maybe there's something going wrong technically. Maybe he's getting back to one of our managers or one of our teammates at GKB here. Obviously, it's serious business going on your phone, because I couldn't even get some words through to you. And you turned back to me, and then you allude to me that this email has nothing to do with work. What the hell were you emailing about?
So we'll rewind the clock.
Yeah.
About 48 hours. It's Wednesday in West Palm Beach, Florida. and I am getting off of I-95 after seeing our billboard and having a nice smile, a wry smile on my face.
Pretty good.
I'm in a good mood. I just landed in Fort Lauderdale Airport for my trip to Augusta National Golf Club. Nothing can bring me down from the high that I was on, and I get to come to work the next day doing what I love with you, Theo Dorsey. I thought nothing could bring me down. Driving on Okeechobee, and I'm hungry. My tummy's rumbling. It's a little bit late, so fast food's the only option.
Tummy, huh?
Pull over to, or I didn't pull over yet. I go to my wonderful girlfriend who is to my right, and I ask, hey, can you please put in this order because I have the app for that fast food restaurant.
That's how I know you cheap. You got an app for this fast food restaurant, which is like a C-tier restaurant, by the way. It's not like a popular one like that.
Listen, it's 2025. If you are ordering fast food not on the app, you are just throwing money into the garbage. That's what I would say about that. All the coupons, all the deals are in your pocket on your phone if you hit download on the Apple or Google Play Store.
He's got like 50 fast food apps in his phone.
I do. I certainly do. And since I just moved phones, they're all just, they're all, you can't really see them on the screen, but they're everywhere.
If you're watching on the YouTube chat at ESPN West Palm, if you're streaming our video here from the Hard Rock, yeah, you see that C-Cat is a sicko. Some people have other issues when it comes to the Hard Rock. C-Cat just has too many fast food apps.
So, bang, open up the deals option of the fast food restaurant app that I was on, BOGO sandwich. Hit the jackpot. Are you kidding me? That's $6 in my pocket. Just, a little bit of roast beef, a little bit of cheddar cheese on that thing.
Okay, so I know exactly what restaurant this was, but keep going.
Could be any. Could be any of them. Order that. Get some fries. Get something for my girlfriend. She gets a milkshake because, hey, I had a great trip down in Georgia, up in Georgia. She deserves to treat herself as well. And what says treat yourself like a fast food milkshake
Big spender
at 11
here.
p.m.?
You're back from Augusta National.
I handed her the phone and said, get whatever you want, babe. Please. It's on the app. Are you kidding me? Apple Pay, bang. Don't even think about it. Don't even ask to consult me because she makes the money in relationships. So I guess she would have to consult me. But
it would take a lot of clicking on that app for you to really get in financial trouble. You would have to really hit the quantity plus 20 on something. But, yeah, keep going.
But you can get in trouble on that app, and it might not be your fault because that's what I encountered that fateful Wednesday night. Our total for two people is $20.61. It's a pretty hefty order for two people. I'll be honest, when you're using the apps, oftentimes I like to keep it under $15.
Yeah.
Went over 15, went to $20.61. Sent the order through. We're about 10 minutes away from that restaurant on Okeechobee. Get there, drive through. Nobody's there. It's nice.
Oh, you get free drive-through. There's no better feeling.
You never know what type of establishment that is. Sometimes when there's one car at the speaker, you think, oh, nice, no line. No, it turns into a line because maybe the operation's moving slowly, maybe they're short-staffed, maybe some machine's not working. Who knows?
You know what's funny? I'd rather see two cars than one car.
Really?
Because think about it. When you see one car in a drive-through, sometimes it's because they had to sit there for 5 minutes and wait. Because if there's no line for real and there's only one car, why are you still at the speaker? If there's one car that's just sitting there at the speaker and I pull up, I'm like, this could be a 2-minute situation or a 15-minute situation because they might be undermanned and the same person taking the orders is making the orders. Now, again, this is not to criticize the workers. I'm saying it's the situation. 2 cars is better than 1 car, but keep going. No cars is the best.
I thought no cars was my lucky day. I thought that this high I was on from going to the Masters, I thought it was going to keep on continuing. My stroke of luck just wouldn't run out. However, it did because I get to the speaker. And first off, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And this guy's voice freaking booms through the speaker. I roll down the window, and it sounds like you have the volume turned all the way up. It's late at night.
Yeah.
Like, it just scared the living daylights out of me. Welcome to beep. How can I help your order? Whatever he said.
I thought he said something like, we have the... No.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I know the drill. Listen, I don't know the last time that I actually ordered at a drive-through restaurant speaker because I order online ahead every single time. So I've got this down pat. This is my bread and butter. I have said the words, I have a mobile order for Christian, maybe more than I've said I love you in my life.
True.
Like this is just in the top 10 most used phrases by me who happens to talk for a living.
Right.
Hi, I have a mobile order for Christian. What does the operator who's on the other end of that speaker probably has a headset on? We don't have that order. And I go, don't play with me. No. And he assumes that I ordered to the wrong location, which is just a dastardly
Why would he assume that
assumption
off the gates? Is that not a crazy disposition to have?
Maybe there's another location that's in the same town or in the same zip code. And I go, are you the bleep location? Not the bleeping, but the location of this restaurant located at X Front Street or whatever. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I'm at the right location. And he just didn't want to accept that I ordered this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I drive up and show you my confirmation? Wow. And he goes, long delay. Yeah, drive up. So then we pull up. I not only have the order confirmation on my app, I have the email confirmation on my phone. Quick 2 swipes and I'm there. I've got two-factor authentication of my order. And he goes, all right, let me call my manager.
Oh, my God.
And that might make you think, okay, my manager is stocking things in the back. My manager is trying to make sure that the register has all the correct amount of cash and he's not right in front of us right now. No, call my manager is call his cell phone and explain the
phoned
situation.
A friend?
He phoned a
Is this
friend.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or is this the damn fast food drive-thru?
And I'm sitting there, I'm stewing. I've got a wrestling show that's waiting for me on my DVR when I get home, and I'm had enough. I've already driven 45 minutes from Fort Lauderdale Airport back to West Palm Beach, and I'm sitting there, brake applied. You never have a good drive-through experience if you got to put it in park.
Oh, no.
That is
a bad sign.
That's the red flag. That's when you know you've had a bad drive-through experience.
We were talking about one of the biggest red flags in the world is to be somewhere that's not a sporting event and see multiple people doing the surrender cobra.
Yep, both hands on your head, elbows spread out wide.
That, if you see surrender cobras outside of a sporting event, you turn. Get out of there. It is a bad situation. Nothing in life should ever drive you to doing the surrender cobra in unison with other people outside of sports. You are in park at a drive-thru. That's not as high as surrender cobra in public. It's up there.
Hell, man. Going through my brain, I might as well have been surrender cobraing in my seat, in the driver's seat, while waiting for this to get resolved. He comes back and is like, there's nothing I can do about it. I never got the order. And I'm sitting there in stunned silence. So then passenger seat, girlfriend takes over. I'm the type of guy who will never say, hey, there's a hair in my food.
Yeah.
Hey, I asked for no pickles. I will never do that. I'll gut it out and just deal with it. But I think that we've turned the corner in society where the girlfriend, more often than not, is the one, or the wife, or whatever, the partner, will take over.
Yes,
and
that's
so
her
she'll
role.
fight for her spouse in that moment.
Yes.
And she did just that. She's like, you got to do something about this. We've got the order confirmation. Sir, please.
So this is my question. So, C-Cat, in the middle, I hate to pause the story. I think that is a new prerequisite for women. Like, you know how, like, when you're speed dating or you're going on these dating apps and stuff, that should be a question that men ask women. Hey, are you willing to take up your sword for me in the midst of conflict at said restaurant if I need you to do it? Like, I'll change the tires.
Yes.
I'll, if you hear a noise, I'll run to the door. But can you just, can you fight the waitress for me?
Yes, like an old school line of thinking for someone who is very into traditional gender roles and relationships. It's like cook, clean, not for me. No. Fight for me at a restaurant when my order is wrong, please. Fight for me at the drive-thru window when they will not give me my food when we order it ahead of time.
Yes.
The money's out of my account. I go as far as to show him my American Express app, and they're like, see, minus $20.61. Don't have the platinum, so don't get too excited. Preferred. Blue card. It's plastic. It's not metal. And I show him that the money's been deducted from my account. I show him my email confirmation. I show him the app confirmation. And he still stands there, both hands on the window.
Oh,
he's saying, I can't do anything about it. We didn't get the order.
He's bossing up on you now.
Yeah.
Now this has become personal. He took it personally at this point.
Yes, he took it as a challenge of his ability to do his job. So
oh, my gosh, bro.
So he goes, you're going to have to call someone and get a refund. And
this is crazy.
And so while he's doing that, I pull the ultimate screw you move.
Yeah.
and I drive away while he's talking.
Middle of the conversation.
That's me putting my foot down.
Yes.
That's the most I
Literally.
can do. Like, for me, I might as well slap him in the face.
Yes,
Like, that's the most aggressive I can get in a stranger confrontation, in a confrontation with a service worker. That's the most I can do is walk away while you're talking or drive away while you're talking.
You handled that exquisitely because, number one, the dollar amount that you were invested, the pot commit there,
$20.61.
That's enough to
to
really get you mad, right? That's enough for you to be, concerned about, but it also isn't so much that you can't use it to disrespect that person at the window at that point because he disrespected you.
Yeah.
He disrespected you first. I'm on your side. I thought you were being cheap. Number one, I will say this. When you are in the drive-thru, whenever you find yourself in the drive-thru of that said establishment that apparently we have the beef because there was beefed out with you, I'll say it's already your fault. You are putting yourself in a disadvantageous situation by committing to this restaurant, but we'll excuse that action for now because, again, we're at the Food and Wine celebration. There are many great choices here that just far exceed what you're going to get there. I would say number two, though, boss move by you.
Yeah.
Boss move by you by driving off and not taking the food or the refund at that point. Like, you gotta have some heart. Stand up for yourself.
Listen, they weren't going to refund me there. Don't get me wrong. This was not a decision to pass by the $20.61. That brings me to the Yelp review.
Oh, now you're emailing.
Reporting the problem.
Okay.
I got to get my money back.
You do.
Like, it's one thing if you mess up the food and maybe it's cold when you get it. Like, okay, that stinks. There is room for error when you get to fast food restaurants, and sometimes the food's not going to taste the way. You get what you pay for. But I should have gotten something.
Yeah.
Do you think that if I showed him the confirmation, timestamps, that if you were in his shoes, you would just get the food? Would you have need the order to come through the computer system to give me the order? Do you think that I'm trying to scam him out of $20.61?
And this is what I'll say, C-Cat. I've been to better establishments with better customer service where it was my fault, right? Like, I ordered it to the wrong location. I get there. I show him the mobile confirmation. He's like, yeah, dude, that's the wrong location, but I'll go ahead and make it for you anyways. I see you spent your money. And he made me the sandwich. This happened to me. And I was like, bro, you did not have to do that. I appreciate you. Walked out of there. It was a great thing. He could have at least done that to you because not only was it not your fault, you had the order confirmation, and he knew it. But he still stood tall. He stood on business for the wrong reason. He's like the John Morant of drive-thru employees.
So
Standing on business for no reason.
I have received email. They needed the confirmation of the last 4 digits of my email, not my email, my credit card number, and they needed my first and last name. And I will keep our wonderful fans, our wonderful audience updated if and when I do get my refund. Because I'm just getting a refund. I'm not getting any compensation for my trouble. No free sandwiches for me. That coupon is still out of my account on the app, by the way. That coupon has been burned. I can't use that coupon again. So I lost the coupon, and I lost my $20.61, and I lost about 20 minutes out of my life. Hopefully, I at least get the money back.
Hey, we're on Team C-Cat. I can't even get it out right. I'm on Team C-Cat right now.
Thank you.
If you're on Team Restaurant, I'd love to hear your POV. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Let us know. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Are you rocking with the Catman, or are you sold on the guy that was actually manning the drive-thru for him? I can tell you one place that never, ever, 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 ever will put you in that kind of a situation. That's Duffy Sports Grill.
They're going to be here tonight.
They're going to be here tonight. They are one of our many restaurants. And by the way, y'all are in for some luck here because before I go to singing the praises of Duffy's here, I do want to let y'all know we have some accessories being brought near here. C-Cat is getting tangly because they might be Yankees themed. I see some autographs involved.
Okay.
Is that an Anthony Rizzo autograph 48 jersey? Like,
that's the best Rizzo I've ever heard of.
It is. I've never heard of a Rizzo that would approach even the greatness of the Anthony Rizzo. I will say we're going to have a chef on here on the other side that's going to talk about his culinary arts, his restaurant, and what they're bringing to this establishment right here. Again, we're at the Hard Rock in Hollywood. This is the Food and Wine celebration with the Orange Bowl. More than 40 restaurants. Tickets still available, orangebowl.org. Make sure you tap in, and you can get a taste of South Florida like the rest of the folks that are going to be here today with us. It starts at 6. It's plenty of time to make your way down here. One of the restaurants that will be there will be Duffy Sports Grill. You know the drill. 80 or more televisions in every single location. They've got the 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. Even better, You come here today and you check out the Duffy's, you get a ticket, you pull up on us where I'll be one of the celebrity judges deciding which of these restaurants has the best flavor, creativity, presentation. You can get more than 2 for 1 from Duffy's. It's just all you can eat. It's all-inclusive food here.
2 for none.
Yes, 2 for none. 8 for none. Oh. It's endless. It's almost like if the shot clock is paused. If the time on the clock is paused and you're down 30, you can just keep on shooting and scoring.
Wow.
It's like the bonus round when you're doing Pop-A-Shot.
Love it.
So Duffy Sports Grill is going to be here among others, but outside of this event, you can always pull up on the best sports grill. They were awarded that once again in 2024. Award-winning burgers, award-winning wings, plus the weekday lunch specials. They've got it all. Duffy'sMVP.com. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to tap in with the good people that make you feel like an MVP. C-Cat, it's about that time. We're going to get a Masters leaderboard update on the other side to see where the good people stand out there in Augusta. But before we do, I need to let y'all know we have the NYY executive chef pulling up on the other side. And C-Cat, as a Yankees fan, I think that this is probably the most excited you've been before to get a guest.
Love food, and I love the New York Yankees.
This is going to be crazy.
This has kind of been cherry-picked to make me happy.
Just keep calm, dude. All right? You're getting antsy. We got a show to do, but we'll bring him in here on the other side. So y'all stick around. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are, theoretically speaking, on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Don't miss Russo and Rizzo.
Mike and I are both buttoned up, blazers. We had a little event this morning. I got my dress shoes on, which I never wear. Good to go, all right? I spent my whole lunch hour defending myself. My socks were apparently ill-fit.
They are.
Dress shoes.
They are.
I'm wearing white ankle socks, if you will. I don't have dress socks.
What do you mean you don't have dress
Who has
socks?
dress socks?
Me.
It's a waste.
It's Russo and Rizzo, weekdays at 4, here on ESPN 106.3.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Marlins fans, are you ready for 3 days of music, dancing, and fun for the whole familia? Your fan favorite Rumba Venezolana weekend is back on April 11th, starting with Fiesta Friday. Then Saturday, catch Chino y Nacho live on the field after the game in a can't-miss performance. Plus, upgrade your ticket to score an exclusive Marlins Venezuela Heritage jersey. Está fino. Get your tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Mike Rizzo here with the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management program. The Tampa Bay Rays announced that they will be renovating Tropicana Field. If we remember, Tropicana Field was hit by Hurricane Milton back in October of 2024. The roof came off. $22.5 million is going to be the fee. The Rays right now are playing their baseball at Steinbrenner Field, one of the spring training facilities for the New York Yankees. Building a new stadium has been a topic of conversation in Tampa, St. Pete, but Rays owner Stuart Sternberg has kind of been difficult in this matter, and the rest of the league is trying to force Sternberg to sell the team. We'll see what comes to fruition. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The FAU MBA in Sport Management program.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Hit them straight. I don't know why people always tell you that when you go out to a golf course. They're like, hit them straight. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's the point. I would try to.
I would if I could.
Yeah, like if somebody if somebody walks in a basketball gym, I don't tell them, hey, bake all of the jumpers. Make sure you put the ball in the net every time. People's expectations around golf sometimes, out exceed what people are able to perform to. Maybe that's your story. Maybe you wish you were hitting them straight more often, and I can tell you the place you should go if you want to align your golf game, maybe to catch up with your buddies. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center, man. That's it. That's the one. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. They have so many ways to improve your golf game fast. They got the facilities. They've got the tools. They've got the coaching that you need. You can enjoy the best practice facilities in all of the area. They got the outdoor. They've got the 2,000 square foot indoor facility. Talk about cutting edge video and ball flight technology. 3 different hitting bays. CCAT, you remember, man, we pulled up in there. You said, oh my gosh, this is even better in person.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
When you're able to train like that, you're able to train like a pro. I can't promise you'll be out there in Augusta swinging the clubs this time next year. I can't promise you'll be better tomorrow than you are today. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. It's in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com. Hit them straight.
Yeah, when people watch golf all weekend, they immediately want to get onto the course and play. Practice first. Practice and then go to the course. Kaiser's a great spot to do that.
I know one man that spent a whole lot of his life practicing and perfecting his craft, and thankfully, if you're watching the YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm, or if you're watching us on Twitter, you see him right there. You see his smiling face. We proudly present to you Daniel Gutierrez. He is the executive chef at NYY Steakhouse. There's only 2 of these things in America. There's one in the Bronx at the stadium, and then there's one down here at Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. But if you aren't at either of those 2 locations today and you just want to pull up to the Hollywood Hard Rock, I mean, they can taste what y'all present here today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, we're gonna have here. We're gonna have some ribeye with purple mashed potatoes. They're gonna be smoked. We're gonna have some crispy potatoes on top with a red miso border lace on top with some black truffle pearls. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. This is
full of flavor.
Come on. So CCAT actually got himself into a bit of an issue. Chef Gutierrez. Yesterday he ended up going to sleep hungry. He ordered food. and said food was not given to him because he got into a little bit of a kerfuffle at the restaurant here. So he's got a very empty stomach.
Yes.
Very empty stomach.
Definitely today is going to be the day for him to fill it up.
Ooh, the Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration. It is on and popping. We start this thing at 6:30. That's when VIP can come in. General admissions comes in at 7:30. We're going to be kicking in until 10:30. I will be one of not the chefs, excuse me. You don't have to worry about that.
Respect.
I will be a judge for the chefs, and I'll
Awesome.
be one of the people trying to figure out who has the best creativity, the presentation, and then of course we're talking about the flavor. When you think about those three aspects of food, which one, if you had to prioritize one over the other, what's
If
the
I
top?
had to prioritize, it would be flavor, of course, because at the end of the day, you're in it for the taste and for the experience that gives you. And obviously, look for textures, look for different temperatures. I would look for all of that.
So flavor's number one, and that's what I was telling C-Cat earlier. If I'm going to take myself as a judge here for food, similar to what I'll be as like an NFL scout for the draft. Flavor's number one. That's like performance. All right,
Number one.
This is number one. I want to see what you actually do on the field. Presentation. What's that? What does that
At the
even
end of the day, you start with
Yeah.
the eyes. The first thing you're going to do is not taste it. You're going to look at it, right? So first thing is going to be presentation. I'd say presentation would be number two, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't taste good and even if it looks good, what's the point?
Right. But these days, people. You don't know any chefs like this, and of course, y'all don't do this at your restaurant. But there's some of those restaurants you go to. It looks great. It's great all over TikTok. It looks good for Instagram.
And then underperforms.
Yeah.
Throw 4 interceptions in the first half, and you're asking what?
Justin Herbert. And then you obviously have the creativity. Now, of all of the dishes you have, and again, for those that don't know what we're talking about here, go to orangebowl.org. You can get yourself a ticket to try 40-plus restaurants here.
It's gonna
Doors
be great.
open at 7, and you can pull up and have some fun. All-inclusive food and drinks. What is one of the more creative dishes you have? Because they sound delectable. Which one of them invokes a bit of creativity?
What we're trying right now today is going to be really creative. Also, it's going to be a mixture of different types of cuisine that we're going to bring to this dish that we're presenting here.
Executive chef of NYY Steakhouse, Daniel Gutierrez. You also brought with you a couple of jerseys here that I cannot promise will still be here if you take your eyes off of them too long.
That's going to be hard.
C-Cat's a Yankees fan.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be hard for you to take them. All eyes are going to be on those.
Daniel almost checked you right there. So you got an Anthony Rizzo and a Derek Jeter.
We have a bunch of different props in the restaurant as well. Like we have walls with a bunch of signatures from all the players. We have a bunch of different pictures from back then. It's amazing for all the Yankee fans.
So as far as you're concerned, what's the origin of incorporating just a wonderful steakhouse with the New York Yankees? I don't think I've ever heard of anything like it before the Yankees had done this.
The steakhouse, the New York Yankees Steakhouse, actually started in the Bronx, and one of the owners here of the Hard Rock brand actually he's a huge fan of the Yankees as well, and that's part of the reason why we're together. We're in this relationship.
South Florida is becoming baby New York these days. Like everything New York comes here, and including you. What is your journey in as a culinary chef and whatnot? Where did it start and how did it bring you here?
For me, I started back in Dominican Republic and the island in the Caribbean. I've been working there for around 9 years. Then I decided to come down here to South Miami to try different flavors, to try different products, to get acquainted with a different world. So yeah.
Yes, I know you season your food. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a flavor. I don't got to worry about the flavor.
You
over
already
there.
know.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, and I've always wanted to ask a chef this whenever I meet them. Flavor, taste, it can be subjective. Is there a food that many, maybe not here, but many people in the world consider fantastic and they love it, but if you see that as a part of a dish, you're like, I'm sorry, that's not going to be me today. It's not even your fault. I just can't eat X food.
It's hard because there's so many different cultures that see many different ingredients and flavor profiles as their culture. So it's kind of hard. Like what's good for me in the Caribbean might not be good for a Filipino or somebody from Sri Lanka might eat completely different flavors.
So
it's all comfort food at the end of the day. Whatever your mom prepared for you, that's.
So you don't have a veto food ingredient where just to taste, like if you're just eating, not even preparing, where you're like, I don't want that to have cilantro.
That is very personal. So it depends on it depends on each person. Like
we asking you as the person.
For
You're the
me,
person. Yeah.
it would be okra. I'm not a huge fan of okra.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
Even though I'm from the Caribbean and we eat a lot of okra, but I'm not a huge fan of that.
You can't have gumbo without
like
the okra.
that's not
though.
something that you will ever see me use.
Ever. What about in gumbo? In your gumbo, have you had gumbo without okra?
I've had gumbo with the okra, and without it, I've never had it. But with it, since the gumbo's so strong and it's full of flavor, like it kind of fizzles out.
Gumbo just ain't the same without okra. That's a Dom Kennedy quote. You can look it up. My guy, Chef Daniel Gutierrez, joining us here. He's with NYY Steakhouse. You can find them here at the Food and Wine Celebration. Again, you got plenty of time to get your tickets and pull up and try some of the menu foods he has.
We'll see you here.
And before I let you go back to working, because I know you got to kind of chef up a lot of this food, I'm curious from your perspective, right? We were just talking about how people talk about these gender role things and dating. And I think one thing that gets slept on is how, generally speaking, and this is my case with my wife, and it's C-Cat's case with his girlfriend, generally speaking, they are the ones to take up the shield if they have an issue with their plate at a restaurant. Now, I know that you're in the kitchen. You're in the kitchen, so you might not experience it firsthand. Do you get offended if a waitress comes back to you and says, hey, they didn't like this, they didn't want this, they sent it back to give you something else? How do you usually address that?
At the beginning of my career, I used to obviously take it a little bit more personal. But as you progress through your career, you stop taking it as personal as it is. Because at the end of the day, it's subjective, too.
And let me promise you this. I try to stop her from doing it. I'm like, yo, it's all good. It's cool. I'll deal with it. It's not my problem. She's like, ain't no way we leaving this restaurant until we get your plate right. That's great. I love your approach on that. Not above reproach. And again, tonight as I'm judging, I don't want you to take it personal. 9 out of 10 still will be good, right?
Let's
like
do
either
it.
way, yeah.
Let's do it.
What's your menu item again? What are you bringing to the table for the people that didn't hear it
We're going to do
yet?
a smoked purple potato puree.
Ooh, that sounds
with
good.
a roasted prime ribeye, with a red miso bordelaise with black truffles, and it's going to be topped with crispy potatoes with Old Bay seasoning and some chives.
That's kind of crazy.
Nice.
Like, how soon is that going to be done?
Ready to go. 6.
Right. Yeah, I cannot wait. So, again, make sure y'all get y'all's tickets. This is just one of the 40-plus different restaurants we'll have out here. And, again, NYY Steakhouse, Chef Daniel Gutierrez, the man, the myth, who is going to be chefing some things up. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Go Yankees on the way out, I guess, for my guy.
Yeah,
of course.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
And we'll be keeping those jerseys.
Good luck with that.
On the other side, it's the happy hour. We'll continue to talk some food and wine celebration. We'll give you more leaderboard updates to that tournament going on in Augusta, and we're going to be closing in on me actually getting my hands on that potato puree and the black truffle. I cannot wait. Stick around. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
F45 Training West Palm Beach offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. Sign up for F45 today and visit their West Palm Beach location. Featuring high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven, F45 always has the right workout for you. Not to mention, it takes just 45 minutes. Visit F45training.com today to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 Training family. F45, team training, life-changing.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan!
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Panthers fans, the season is winding down as the Cats prepare to defend as Stanley Cup champions. Join the ESPN West Palm Street team and Coors Light at Townie's Tavern in Palm City, Saturday, April 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. as they take on the Buffalo Sabres. Come cheer on the Cats, enjoy ice-cold Coors Lights, and you'll have a chance to win Florida Panthers tickets. See you Saturday at Townie's in Palm City, and let's get playoff ready. Must be 21 or older to participate, and Molson Coors reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
You know how annoying car trouble can be, right? Flat tire, dead battery, the worst. That's why I always go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been around for over 50 years, still family owned, and they actually care about taking care of you. They've got all the big tire brands, and if your battery dies, they've got one for pretty much everything. Cars, trucks, boats, RVs, even commercial fleets. Plus, they have this best price out the door guarantee, so you know you're not overpaying. Oh, and if you ever get stuck, they have a 24/7 roadside emergency service, literally a lifesaver. And they even work with national accounts, so businesses can count on them too. Basically, they're the real deal. So next time your car needs something, go see my friends at St. Lucie Battery and Tire, with locations from West Palm to Sebastian. Check them out at slbt.com. Trust me, they've been keeping this community rolling for generations. St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They'll keep you going.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 24 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and Men's Lacrosse title. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. Imabiavala. Nico Imabiavala.
Quarterback
of
Volunteers.
Tennessee is
maybe. Tennessee Volunteer quarterback. Nico is in the college football playoff this year, Theo.
I'm a lever. I don't have it right. I'm going to get it right by the end of the day. In fact, as we join us here on the happy hour, as you can tell, things are a little frantic. If you're watching the YouTube chat, this is the first time we've ever had a camera truck in the middle of our show, but this is happening. This is what you get when you're at the Orange Bowl Food and Wine celebration. It's not a festival. It is not a competition. It is a celebration of the taste of South Florida. We are here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood. Tickets still available, orangebowl.org. Doors open at 6:30 for VIP, 7:30 for general admission. We're going to carry you through 4 o'clock. Then CCAP, we're going to let Russo and Rizzo do their thing until 6. We're going to come right back at 6. Specialty show. Taking you on the road all the way through to 7 o'clock here because, well, it's going to be a lot of food. 40 or more restaurants. We already know we got the ribeye, the purple potato puree. You said purple potatoes are from where?
Peru.
Purple Peruvian potato puree.
Had it for the first time last weekend.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't know how it's coming back into my life so soon, but I'm excited for it.
This is how life works, man. It's serendipitous, man. It's about the journey, and I'm enjoying every stop of it. We're going to enjoy every stop of this. We just had Chef Daniel Gutierrez from NYY Steakhouse. He just left, and he told us about the wonderful things he has here today. Of course, I'll be one of the celebrity judges, but that's not all, right? I'll be judging based on presentation, on flavor, and on creativity. But any attendee, anybody that gets a ticket, you included, CCAT, y'all are going to be voting for the People's Choice Award for the best bite, best dessert, and best overall restaurant. So there's so many things to join in and celebrate, so many things to also consume. And we're in a dilemma. We just talked about this, C-Cat. The food won't be ready until 6 o'clock because that's when doors open.
Right.
6:30 actually for VIP. We're hungry right now.
Yeah.
We have empty stomachs, absolutely, like just I'm starving. My stomach has been rumbling, and it started like an hour ago. So we have a 3-hour gap. And for me, I have to taste everything because I have to judge everything.
Right, so it's your job to eat tonight.
Yes, it is. So the issue I'm running into here is when we get off the show at 4, I'm going to have nothing to do for 2 hours, and I'm going to have an empty stomach. If I eat at 4, then I'm cutting into my appetite.
Yeah.
And I have 40-plus restaurants to try I have to save room for. And a lot of these restaurants sound like they're going to have really good food, so I'm not going to want to take 1 or 2 bites and throw it away.
You need to have your empty stomach ready. You need to be able to eat each and every one of these dishes.
Yes.
And I would say this to you if you just bought a ticket and were here. Like,
right.
Even if you weren't working. No. When you show up to an event like this, provided by the Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration, you do not want to go any bite uneaten, any wine unsipped, anything.
Look, man. Unlimited selections of wines, craft beers, signature cocktails, live entertainment, a DJ, a live band. You got raffle tickets. We got, again, the celebrity judges. Like, I'm not even the most prominent of the celebrity judges. I'm one of many that are going to be out here making things shake. And, again, most importantly, plenty of food to devour, including Duffy Sports Grill, one of the 40-plus restaurants, NYY Steakhouse. Like, it's going down. Again, orangebowl.org. Get your tickets. Pull up. Come take a pic. Come take a selfie with the boys. With Theoretically Speaking, we'll be here. And again, my wife is here to come along the journey with me. And I told her beforehand, I said, hey, I literally do not make me send anything back here today. I ain't trying to get in any fights. You know how she gets. She gets mad every time I say that. She's going to have to take this because, again, as we're going to talk about some Nico with Tennessee and this NIL drama, that's a real thing that we talked about, the gender role thing. And also before we walked in here to the Hard Rock, C-Cat, she looks at me after we parked, as we're walking in here to do the show, and she says, man, like, I know you got to be feeling lucky, man. Like, you get to go to work with your wife today.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said that in the history of the world. Have you ever, and again, this is no knock to her. I do love being around her and taking her to work and stuff. No, has there ever been anybody who says, man, today's day of work is great. You know what would make it better? If I can have my wife tag along with me the whole time.
I know. That
Zero
would be
times.
crazy. Especially for you, Theo, because you would be like, I can't have my work wife next to my wife.
That's what
he
makes
says
things
this all
more
the time.
complicated. It's like if my wife is going to be with me, and then if she happens to just meet my work wife at the same time, that's what. Worlds
Embarrassing.
collide.
You do not want that to happen.
And who do you defer to? I'm at work.
That's true. Sorry, take a back seat.
Yeah. She's never going to want to come to me with to a show again. Is Nico ever going to be access granted at Tennessee again?
Yeah,
what the hell is happening?
So Nico Amaliva?
It's not how we say it. I was trying to – so Amaliva was how I thought, and then I've heard it so many different ways. How about this?
It kind of sounds like a rap bar. It's like –
Amaliva, right?
Exactly. Yes, that's where I was trying to get at here. But yes, Tennessee Volunteer quarterback Nico, he is not showing up to practice because he is in a contract dispute with the University of Tennessee. He's not getting as many NIL dollars as he believes that he deserves, and this is just ridiculous if you ask me, because you hear about this in NFL training camp. You heard about it with Hassan Reddick, even though he got requested a trade, went to the Jets, and then the Jets weren't paying him what he thought he had been deserved. That makes sense. You are a professional football player, but these guys are still student athletes. And it's not direct pay for play.
Yeah.
It is NIL pay for play.
Iamilava. Nah, Iamilava. I just heard somebody say it. As you were talking and giving that spiel, I was trying to get his name right. What if this is just a ploy for people to learn how to say his name?
That's a good point.
He waited until there was a dead period in, sports talk where it's like, all right, this is the Friday of the Masters. So, I mean, what are we really talking about? We're going to talk about people making the cut, missing the cut, is somebody blowing up? It's a good day. Nothing really huge in the NBA today outside of Ja Morant finding a new celebration that can both be it can both be interpreted as violent or just him pantomiming, I guess, throwing his words into the crowd is what he said. And then Nico's like, today's the day. Drop the news. I'm not going to show up for spring practice.
A college holdout for a contract negotiation.
Yeah. This is my new theory, though. Your theory is you're taking the headline for what it is. My theory is...
You think he wants attention?
He wants attention.
He said he might enter the transfer portal if he does not get what he wants from the University of Tennessee.
Right, and he just wants us to learn how to say his last name. That's it. That's all he's trying to do, and I get it. I respect the game. I respect the hustle. Hey, talk about him a little bit more. Tell me some more details about it. I'm about to learn how to say his last name and give it another stab.
Well, because I think that we've gone too far with paying the players in college football, where I believe that they should definitely financially benefit from their name, their image, and their likeness. If their last name's being used in college football 25 on a video game, if there can be sold jerseys with their number and name on it, they should get a cut of that. I think that's absolutely true, and that's in spirit of what NIL should be.
Nico Imaliava. That's how you say it.
Okay.
Nico Imaliava. So for those of you who are...
Good journalists over here. So some people would just blow through it and incorrectly pronounce it between the hours of 4 to 6, but we get it right.
Yeah, I mean, who would ever do that? Who would ever just pronounce names wrong of the starting quarterback of the Dolphins for like 18 weeks straight? Who would never do that?
It only takes callers to call in to let them know. That would never be us.
That would never have. Imaliava.
Imaliava.
And it does flow a lot better. He has one of those names where if you try to read it, you're going to trip over yourself a bit. You have to say it a few times, not looking Imaliava, and then you can start.
Yeah.
So that first A, it looks like it's silent. Imaliava. That's how you probably stab at it. That's what if I listen to a video and this guy's saying it wrong?
That could be a very real possibility.
He has a Tennessee helmet next to him, though. It's an On3 video.
It's also, I don't know how highly accredited the University of Tennessee is, though. So
on 3, they got 233,000 subscribers. Tennessee, he has a Tennessee helmet next to him. This guy looks like he covers some Tennessee
But let's
football.
not act like this is Notre Dame or Harvard. So it's Tennessee education. So he could very well easily be pronouncing the name incorrectly and just blowing past it.
No, I don't think he goes to Tennessee. I think he covers college football and mostly Tennessee. I don't know who this guy is. But, again, he looks credible.
So Nico Imaliava.
Imaliava, yes.
Do you think that – what is this story about?
It's about us learning how to say his last name.
Do you think that he's in the right for making these demands? Do you think the school's in the wrong for making him make these demands if they're not paying him what he probably deserves as an SEC hands-down starting quarterback? He probably will be a top 3 quarterback in that conference going into the next year.
I don't know. Let's check his stats out from the college football playoff game he played in. Okay, so it was Tennessee versus Ohio State. And, okay, the final score looks bad, 42-17. So at the very least, if Nico Imaliava was worth the salt that he's reaching for, you want to see him put garbage time stats, fill up the box score a little bit, even if you're out of the game. So let's see how Nico did here, okay?
Remember that game. It did not go good for Tennessee.
14 completions, 31 attempts. It's a 45% completion percentage. That's not good. He averaged 3.4 yards per attempt. That's his season low. 0 touchdowns, but 0 interceptions. So obviously he was just avoiding mistakes. 61.9 QBR. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe there shouldn't be that high of an NIL demand for Nico Imaliava. I just don't think that should be the headline out of college football today.
When I saw the headline, I didn't really zoom in on the micro and talk about Tennessee football and talk about his accreditation as a quarterback in general. I just thought in a macro sense, how is it that we have college football players negotiating with their university for pay? They shouldn't go that way. You should be able to get a deal with a car dealership and they pay you. I know.
Yeah.
You're going to have a workaround where obviously that car dealership is kind of in bed with the university as well.
Yeah.
But that should never have reached the presses with how open and honest we are about how these universities are collecting money from local businesses and local boosters and deciding how that money gets dispersed to the players. It shouldn't be that way.
I was thinking about this yesterday, and this is more so in the case of a Carson Beck and maybe even in the case of – I'm trying to think of some of the top transfers that have gone places. Think about DJU,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to that. Didn't go well.
So my issue with this is if I'm a college football fan, not the program, not the player, not the coaches, if I'm a fan, I don't want the recruit that left for NIL reasons to come to my school if he's also coming from a major program that has sufficient NIL dollars. And what I mean by that is Carson Beck left Georgia for Miami. Not because Miami outbid Georgia, But because Georgia decided, well, maybe we don't need to match Miami in the NIL. If Carson Beck was good enough, they would have found it within their budget. Between the boosters, between the Kirby Smart would have put the bat signal out there, and Carson Beck would be in a Bulldogs uniform next year. He wasn't good enough to a national title contender. And if Miami wants to be a national championship contender, getting the quarterback from the program who wasn't good enough to be there in your jersey does not mean he's going to end up working out. Cam Ward, different situation. Incarnate Word, Washington State, Miami.
You work your way up.
You work your way up. Elijah Martin with college basketball. He went from FAU to the Florida Gators. He worked his way up. If you think about Vlad, any of the big transfers that work out, Janai Broome with the Auburn Tigers, worked his way up. Now tell me the success story for the guy that plays for a title contender, college football or basketball, that plays for, and again, I know Tennessee is not a perennial powerhouse, but they were in the college football 12-team playoff. Tell me the situation where a guy that played for that level of team transferred out, he would have been a starter, transfers out, but for more NIL dollars, and the team that has him already does not fight tooth and nail to keep him.
So what you're getting from this is, even if you are a quarterback needy program or a fan of a Division I Power 4 program, you shouldn't be itching for Nico.
No, not if Tennessee's willing to part ways with him.
It's like if they can't pony up the cash for their starting quarterback, the face of their program, something tells me that he might be the talent deficient.
Yeah.
He might be the problem where he's overvaluing himself, and it's not the other way around.
That feels spot on. I mean, think about it. It's just like in the NFL, right? When the Bills let Stephon Diggs walk, and again, he's still a productive player, the difference is he's replaceable. He's replaceable. That's what determines your value really in sports, especially in salary cap sports or NIL cap sports, if you think about it this way. If you're replaceable, the team that has you will allow you to be replaced. Look at the 49ers situation with Brock Purdy right now. Like, it's really good for your system. Kyle Shanahan, you have squeezed the most out of this orange as you possibly can. Squeeze, whatever the hell y'all want to say, damn it. Juiced it. He's juiced the orange enough to get as much out of Brock Purdy as possible. But don't look at me in my face and tell me that dude ain't replaceable. That's the reason why you don't pay that guy $55+ million a year. That's the reason why that deal isn't already done, because you are okay with letting him walk, and you know that there's not a market out there that is going to want to give him that same level of contract that he thinks he wants. If Nico can't get $1 million out of Tennessee or whatever the hell he's looking for, why the hell else would another title contender give him $1 million unless you're telling me that the Volunteers are broke?
Yeah, it's like supply demand, just to the basic economics, where I'm not going to pay this guy this amount of money when I can go to the local park and grab 5 guys who could be in his spot and do the same for a lot less money.
Why? What are we talking about? So again, Carson Beck is in a Canes uniform because he wasn't good enough to demand the money that he would have gotten in Georgia. They were ready to replace him. They felt fine without him.
That's right. He was injured throughout the playoff, and I forgot the name
Gunnar
of the
Stockton.
back. Yeah, they're like, you know what? I think we're good with him next year.
Some of the Georgia Bulldogs fans were happy that Beck got it. Well, not happy he got hurt.
They're happy they were going into playoff games with Gunnar instead of Carson.
That didn't work out. So sometimes you can be wrong. But I haven't seen, again, you give me the example of a time where a team that considered itself a contender, that lived in the land of the other blue bloods, that let a guy walk, and then he ends up being a roaring success with another team that is in that same vein. Either a player like Nico ends up having to transfer down. Think about like your Jaden Rashadas of the world, where you start here, you want the NIL money, they don't have it, you go from place to place, and okay, so what came of that? Again, maybe I'm missing something. 888-760-3776. On this Nico Imaliava, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Nico Imaliava, Tennessee quarterback, he is in a NIL dispute with Tennessee. We got reports today that he did not show up for spring practice, a mandatory spring practice. He is literally doing a training camp holdout in college football, which is an issue in and to itself. I'm not here to debate whether or not NIL is good for the sport or whether or not we should have players holding out for more money from their college football programs. I am curious, has it ever worked out that a team that fancies itself a contender let somebody walk because they didn't want to pay him in college sports specifically, and another team that fancies itself a contender gets him and is better for it? I cannot think of the moment. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Let me know. Fill me in. Excuse me. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, and we're going to go ahead and just Let that breathe for a second. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. Has it ever worked out? What Nico is trying to pull against Tennessee. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery, as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho, 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Nico Amaliava, what he's trying to pull, has it ever worked out? I don't think so, and clearly I haven't watched a lot of Tennessee Vols football, but what I can tell you, C-Cat, was a few times in the season where I put some money on Nico and was extremely disappointed with the outcome. So I know at the very least he disappointed me. He must have disappointed Tennessee as well.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be the Tennessee takeover in the first round of that college football playoff game,
yeah,
where it was Tennessee going to Ohio State because of how devastated and downright betraying the Ohio State fans were to their school.
Yeah.
And then they just wet the bed.
They did. They absolutely did. We're going to get ourselves a leaderboard update, but first I want to go to Larry and Boca. Larry and Boca, you are on Theoretically Speaking. You might have an answer to our question. When has it ever worked out a player leaves a power program for NIL money and goes to another power program and succeeds? What's up, Larry?
Hey, how you guys doing? It never works out. He should go back, get his butt back in school, improve his numbers before do anything else. But the one thing I wanted to bring up real quick is with Brock Purdy. Why don't the New York Giants trade get the number 3 pick for him and everything like that, and Shedeur Sanders go to the Niners?
Trade the number 3 pick for Brock Purdy? You
yeah,
want the
and
Giants
then
to
they
do
pick
that?
up Shedeur Sanders.
Are you a Giants fan or a Niners fan?
No, I'm a Ravens fan. It's Larry from Boynton.
Larry from Boynton, not Boca. Okay, my bad, Larry. Okay, so you're a ball knower, but you think that would be a good idea. I got to ponder on that. I don't think that.
So you want the Niners to reset with Shedeur Sanders, resetting that quarterback clock.
That would be the perfect situation for Shedeur.
Yeah, it sure would. I mean, probably a good position for a lot of quarterbacks.
But why would the Giants think that Brock Purdy's there? Larry, you got us thinking. Appreciate the call. We'll get back to you on the answer with that.
It's met with resistance, which all new things are.
Yeah.
But I wanted to use the breaks to maybe think it over and mull it over because maybe it's not. It's the first time I've heard it.
Yeah. I have another. So we're going to represent Larry's theory with the Giants, them trading for Brock Purdy with the number 3 pick. Plus, I have an even better solution for the Giants as well, what they could do in the draft. This is a great theory. It's Theoretically Speaking. Every now and then I drop a great theory on y'all, and y'all going to go home. You can be thinking about this in the shower for weeks. You're going to want to stick around for that. But first, let me get that leaderboard update, man. How they shooting today?
Man, if you gave up on Rory McIlroy after he had 2 double bogeys in 3 holes yesterday, you have missed a show. Best round of the day came from the number 2 player in the world, Rory McIlroy. He shot 6 under on the day.
Yeah.
That puts him at 6 under on the tournament. He's in the clubhouse, 2 strokes off the lead in solo third. Who's above him? Well, it is Bryson DeChambeau. Had a 4 under round today.
Wow.
He's at 7 under, second all alone. And Justin Rose, even though he just fired a 1 under round today, sits alone the top the leaderboard in Augusta. So it goes Rose, DeChambeau, McIlroy, all separated by 1 stroke, and then there's a 5-way tie for 4th, 3 strokes off the lead, where you have Matt McCarty, also have Shane Lowry, Corey Connors, the Australian Jason Day, and the world number 1 looming, Scotty Scheffler. And Scotty Scheffler is just through 7 holes. He's 1 under on his round so far, so there's plenty of opportunity to do some damage for the world number 1, Scotty Scheffler. He is 3 strokes off the lead through 7 holes. That was your leaderboard update brought to you by Pain Care Florida. At Pain Care Florida, their specialists use state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today. This leaderboard update is also brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Kaiser University, and PGA Golf Club. I know what I'm going to do between the hours of 4 and 6 today. I'm going to listen to ESPN 106.3, but I'm going to be watching the Masters tournament because we have some time to kill before we are back on the air for a special broadcast at 6 to 7 right here on ESPN 106.3.
Why is there no faith in Rose here? Hard Rock Bet, before we go to break.
Yeah.
Hard Rock Bet's got Justin Rose at plus 900, fourth shortest odds. McIlroy's plus 375, DeChambeau's plus 325, and Scheffler's plus 240. So he's fourth shortest odds, but he's far back from that top three, and he's leading right now. What's happening?
Well, he was obviously overperformed yesterday from what we've seen historically from Justin Rose. He did set the record for most 18-hole leads in Masters history with 5, which is pretty remarkable and speaks to his career. But there's no mistaking that Justin Rose is on the second half of his career, maybe his fourth quarter of his career, and you've got some thoroughbreds behind him. I mean, come on now. Scotty Scheffler
44.
still has 11 holes to go today, and he's just 3 strokes off the lead. Bryson DeChambeau 1 stroke behind him and is getting better as the tournament goes on. He's still tweaking his equipment. He's changing what his driver does between every round in freaking Augusta, and he hits more range balls than anyone has ever done on this planet. He does it into the wee hours of the night. I think there is a very fair reason as to why Justin Rose, though he is the leader in the clubhouse at 9 under par, he's plus 900, and you've got Rory, Bryson, Scotty above him. It makes sense.
It does?
Yeah. Because Scotty might as well have the lead at the end of today. He still has plenty of opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, but he can also
and
go
Rose
the other
got
direction.
worse today and was better yesterday. So kind of you have 2 data points and they're going in the wrong direction, right?
Yeah. But he's still at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, y'all
Be my guest to drop your hard-earned money on Justin Rose plus 900. If I were to put money on anyone right now, value. You want to talk value? I would not go with Justin Rose when it comes to value. I would go with the Swedish sensation, Ludvig Åberg, because Ludvig Åberg, he is widely recognized as the hottest new thing in golf. Though he is 30-1 right now, he has so much untapped potential. You want to look at Ludvig Åberg? He's 3 under. He had a rough round today at plus 1. But he's only in a tie for 13th, and you're getting 30-1 odds on Ludvig. Give me the Swede. Give me the Texas Tech alum, Ludvig Åberg.
Tech?
All
right.
Also a member of the Bay Golf Club, so he kept active during the offseason right here in Palm Beach Gardens. I like Ludvig.
You know what? I got myself a little profit boost right there on Hard Rock Bet. $3 to win 102 if Ludvig Åberg. If he pulls through?
If this $3 bet to win $102 courtesy of Hard Rock Bet, if it hits, you got to put all of that money, put it all on one hand of blackjack. How about that?
Deed is done.
Nice.
But theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3, I've either made the worst mistake of my life or the best one listening to CCAT. And we got way more to come in the happy hour, so stick around. We're at the Orange Bowl Food and Wine Festival, and we're live on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Do you think Bill Belichick ever listens to Unsportsmanlike? I mean, we know he's a man of few words, but he has to appreciate my quarterback rules, right? I bet he's been in the office watching game film, and then bam, my voice comes on. He's probably just thinking, oh, that Cohen guy is so smart. We're practically best friends.
Panthers fans, the season is winding down as the Cats prepare to defend as Stanley Cup champions. Join the ESPN West Palm Street team and Coors Light at Townie's Tavern in Palm City, Saturday, April 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. as they take on the Buffalo Sabres. Come cheer on the Cats, enjoy ice-cold Coors Lights, and you'll have a chance to win Florida Panthers tickets. See you Saturday at Townie's in Palm City, and let's get playoff ready. Must be 21 or older to participate, and Molson Coors reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Embark on a culinary road trip through South Florida at the 2025 Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration, presented by Florida Blue. An evening of foodie fun awaits on Friday, April 11th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, with unlimited food and drink tastings from over 40 of South Florida's top restaurants and chefs, and dance the night away with the live band and DJ. Tickets start at just $125, and proceeds benefit Orange Bowl Care's community initiatives. Get your tickets at orangebowl.org.
It's a tradition unlike any other. Golfers from around the world are in Augusta competing for a legendary green jacket. Augusta Championship Week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by Twin Peaks, Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning, and the Boca Raton Bowl.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
It was one of the most astute pieces of analysis that you would ever let grace your ears. It came from the football oracle, Lou Riddick himself. I don't know what got into my guy, but I don't know what show was on. Maybe it was NFL Live, First Take, Get Up, don't matter. Lou Riddick, a man who is not just a football insider and an analyst, but also a guy who gets interviewed for general manager jobs. Take a listen to his comp for former Miami Hurricane quarterback and soon-to-be Tennessee Titan Cam Ward.
Look, I said my comp for Cam Ward because of the way he plays. He reminds me of Patrick. He reminds me of Mahomes with how he can be unconventional, throw the football from all different kinds of weird angles, and then just put a bunch of horsepower on it when he needs to. And look, to me, if someone was telling me, hey, that's maybe what you're getting, I'd be pretty damn excited. Now, I'm not saying I'm exactly right, but that's my bet, that Cam Ward will have that kind of impact and play that kind of style of football in Tennessee if they happen to select him number one.
I believe him. And that is your EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week. C-Cat, I told you that the only saving grace to what this Miami Hurricane football season was, which was full of hope, full of the roller coaster just trending upwards and upwards and upwards, and I thought it was going to be great, and then everything fell off the deep end in the last few weeks. The only salvageable thing is if Cam Ward becomes a number 1 overall pick to the Titans. That seems like that ship is sailed. It's going to happen. Yeah. The pick is already pretty much in.
Which is interesting because they said going into this offseason they wanted a generational talent at number 1. That's not what they want. That's what they are doing. They are going to select a generational talent in this year's draft at number 1 overall. And we honestly took that news initially. We took that as Travis Hunter.
We did. It was I said it was Travis Hunter or bust at that point, and maybe Abdul Carter. But I thought that the Titans would go for Travis because he's the one that is surefire generational. But then I started listening to the experts, and the hype is ramping up. CK, I'm not the only one. Of course, I'm buying into the hype of a guy like that, Cam Ward, who wowed me at the ACC kickoff in Charlotte, and that's when my one conversation with Cam at ACC kickoff before the season started, back when the fancy pick in the ACC was Florida State. Some people still had Clemson. That one conversation with Cam Ward and with Mario Cristobal and the way he described him and the presence Cam had, remember, right after that, I was like, yo, Miami's winning the ACC this year. Miami's going to be the best team in the state of Florida. That was my take from that day in July all the way through the season, and it looked right.
We're talking about an undefeated regular season Florida State who did not look like they were going to be as weak as they were.
Yeah, this is before Dublin. You know what I'm saying? This is before they got the socks knocked off by, who was that, Boston College out there?
It was Georgia Tech, Boston College, one of those combinations.
Yeah, both of them, I think, got them early in the season. Either way, it was before the results. I said Miami would be exactly what they turned out to be. Now, did they let me down the stretch? Sure. Does that have more to do with Cam Ward or more to do with the fired defensive coordinator Lance Guidry and the failure for them to make any stops in big moments? The reason why Lou Riddick and others are comparing Cam Ward to Patrick Mahomes, it's not because they're getting lost in the sauce. It's because of what we heard Mahomes and Cliff Kingsbury talk about, why Mahomes wasn't as successful in Lubbock with Texas Tech and why his decision-making felt erratic at times. Mahomes admitted, at Tech, he knew his defense was likely giving up 50, so he was trying to score 55 every time. And I believe that Cam Ward at times made hero ball plays. He tried to do a little bit too much when sometimes he could be dialed back some, and there were moments that made you scratch your head here and there, including the sack fumble that practically ended the Canes season. But what I will say on the other side of that is I would rather have a Bronco that I feel like I have to tame in a guy like Cam Ward than to have a guy who I'm trying to turn the ignition on every single time, like a Kirk Cousins-esque type player. I believe Cam will be special in this league, man. He's got the arm. He's got the bravado. He's got the leadership skills, right? He's got the accountability. Not once did I see this guy blaming anybody else for any shortcomings that the Canes had this year. It was all on him. I look at other quarterbacks in this draft class, specifically Shedeur Sanders. No knock to my brother, but I saw a game in which you're playing against Nebraska, you get let down by your offensive line, and not only do you show it on the field by pushing them off of you and they're trying to help you up, after the game you're in the press conference and you are telling the media that the issue is the blocking. And you got your dad, who's the head coach, telling us all that the issue is the offensive line. And then the next week you want to give us this little show for show and then bring the O-line behind you in the press conference and act like it's a stand of unity against our criticism of your – no, you said that. That's Ben Roethlisberger-esque. That's Aaron Rodgers-esque. That's the kind of stuff I don't like. That's my biggest issue with Shedeur Sanders. It's not the play. It's not the lack of arm talent. It was the lack of accountability in big moments and him outwardly blaming his teammates. I did not like that. It rubbed me the wrong way. Cam Ward is the exact opposite of that. All of his teammates and coaches love him. They all describe him with profuse praise. And he's got guys like Lou Riddick who does not – have you ever heard Lou Riddick like get up there and talk in hyperbole like that?
No, he's very level-headed, and he levels the room out. I hate to use the same word there, but he does not emphasize and embellish for – yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what we're beating around the bush saying. Yeah. He's not trying to grab your attention on a Tuesday morning because you have nothing better to do. No, he's going to tell you how it is and what he forecasts it to be. And like you said – he was the first guy to say Patrick Mahomes will be the truth. He was the first to say that, and he was right.
He was right.
Why should we not believe him when comparing somebody else to Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, and my thing is he might not end up being Patrick Mahomes, specifically given where he's going to land. He's going to Tennessee, a lot of unproven things around that franchise. What I will say is he reminds me more, you think of like a slower but taller Kyler Murray with the improvisation, with the ability to evade sacks, with how strong built he is. Think about even like a Big Ben, but maybe a little bit more accurate. Like Cam Ward has a lot of great things to his game. I think he'll be a great quarterback, and the Titans are going to be blessed. And, of course, I'm a Chiefs fan always and forever, but I'll be rooting for his success down there in Nashville as he goes on. I'll be rooting for the Panthers to make a playoff push here, baby.
Back to back.
It's that time for them Cats Season's winding down, and the Cats preparing to defend as the Stanley Cup champions. I want you to join the ESPN West Palm Street team and Coors Light at Townie's Tavern in Palm City. It's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, a little Saturday action from 5 to 7 p.m. They're going to take on the Buffalo Sabres. So come and cheer on the Cats, enjoy some ice-cold Coors Light, and you'll have a chance to win Florida Panthers tickets. We'll see you tomorrow at Townie's. It's a Saturday event, Palm City. Let's get this playoff energy ready.
What time?
It's going to be 5 to 7. 5 to 7 p.m. at Townie's Tavern in Palm City. You must be 21 or older to participate, and Molson Coors remind you to please drink responsibly. We're going to try to do the same thing here at the Food and Wine Festival or celebration here presented by the Orange Bowl. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're nearing the start time for Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Banyan Printing. For 47 years, the trusted partner for all your printing, mailing, and signage needs. And 2025 just brought something big to Banyan. Introducing Banyan's new press. Bigger, faster, and more competitively priced than anything you'll find anywhere in the Palm Beaches. Think variable data postcards, bulk mailings, and high-quality print on stocks up to a 24-point board. Banyan Printing. Visit banyanonline.com and discover how your business's printing materials can get bigger and better.
The new Spring Blizzard menu is here at DQ Grill & Chill. Cue the confetti! The Blizzard of the month is the Confetti Cake Blizzard, a delightful blend of confetti cake pieces and confetti frosting, mixed perfectly with DQ's world-famous soft serve. The Confetti Cake Blizzard, just part of the new Spring Blizzard menu, which also features s'mores, cotton candy, and 2 brand new blizzards, dipped strawberry cheesecake, and mixing bowl mashup. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
It's Tina. You know how important it is to keep your car running. And when it comes to my car, I only trust St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been taking care of South Florida for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. Need new tires? They've got all the big brands. Battery issues? They've got it. Cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and even commercial fleets. And if you ever get stuck, their 24/7 roadside emergency service is a total lifesaver. Go see my friends at St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. They'll keep you going.
The playoffs are heating up, but your home shouldn't. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, JOEQ. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Tina's not here for the happy hour, so it's your boy Theo Dorsey subbing in with the last call to make sure you have something on the way out the door. And why not have that one thing come from one of the great chefs that'll be here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood for the Orange Bowl Food and Wine celebration presented by Florida Blue. So again, I'm going to give you that quote. It's going to be fill in the blank, CCAT. You're going to have to guess it. Today's last call, though, brought to you by Culligan Water. Hit it. It's obvious what's going on here. Hit it.
Hey, Culligan Man.
Okay. I just told you it would be obvious, Damien. Damn it. Hey, Culligan Man. All right, look, it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, but the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about the plastics and pharmaceuticals, right? They're popping up in your water. They're polluting the very source that gives you life. Water is essential to the body. Well, the team at Culligan understands this, and they are going to help remove these things from your water, all those toxins. They'll remove it. And you know what? They'll pull up to your house and do a free water test. And before they get to giving you the equipment to remove these things, they're going to show you exactly what it is and how it can be harmful to you, your pets, your family, your son, your daughter, your cousin that's staying over. Culligan.com. Culligan.com is the website. Try it today now for a new low monthly rate. And it's time to get your free water test as well before the hot summer months come. You do not want contaminated drinking water. Please, for the sake of you and the loved ones in your crib. Visit Culligan.com to schedule your free water test today. And don't forget to say,
hey, Culligan Man.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, last call, C-Cat. So it's going to be fill in the blank just like Tina does it. This one comes from one of the chefs here, the executive chef of NYY. We just talked to him earlier, Daniel Gutierrez. He, with NYY, they're going to be here serving up some great food like everybody else. He has a saying he lives by. All right, it's fill in the blank. I want you to tell me the last 3 words. Actually, the last 5 words.
Okay.
5 words. As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the
amount of steak you can eat.
No, not quite, but maybe tonight. Maybe tonight.
Okay.
No. As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the
ways you can eat a potato.
Now that is 5 words. Wait, not quite. One more time. Come on, you got this. As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the
circumference of darkness surrounding it.
Oh my God, this dude is a genius.
I was close the first 2 times.
He got
but
it.
I got it home
That's
the third.
That's perseverance. That's perseverance. Pull up on the Shaw, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. It is the Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration. Starts at 6. Go in love, go in peace. Go enjoy.
County is your best choice.
It's time to step into kindergarten. Parents, the School District of Palm Beach County is now enrolling kindergarten students for the upcoming school year. Register now at palmbeachschools.org/kindergarten. Find out when to attend your school's kindergarten kickoff and how to get your free kindergarten readiness